Hey guys, welcome to Ultimate Bet Pro. My name is Rich and I'm going to walk you through a tutorial of the app. I'm in football, so when you first go into the app and you choose football, this is the first screen that you get. With football, you have each matchup listed with the date and time of the game, the spread, the over-under, and there's 3 buttons next to each matchup, and I'll walk through what those buttons actually mean. A lot of information in here. First one we'll go to is key factors. We give you the records of the teams, turnover ratios, total offense, total defense, rush defense, pass defense, line movements. An in focus section, which I personally write myself, which gives you a pretty extensive breakdown of the game from a handicapping perspective. I'll give some advice and just some key things to think about when you're making the pick to help you make some better decisions on games. We have a full list of trends for both teams and a preview from the Sports Network, which is usually very, very extensive. So this key factors page has loads of information. We have injury reports, and it just lists all the injuries for both teams: questionable, probable, on injured reserve, unable to perform list, inactive, all of that information. And we also have weather. Click on weather, it will give you a pretty good breakdown. This one says clear, winds blowing from the southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour, game time temperature around 85. Usually we're looking, obviously, if there's going to be rain or heavy winds, which it will report. And those are some of the options for each matchup. Let's say we study a game and we decide we want to make a bet. So let's pick a game. We're going to say straight bet. We're going to take Philadelphia +5. Basically just click on whatever selection you want. If you do need to adjust the spread, which we understand could be the case if it's a teaser, if you have different odds, you can make the adjustment right here. Same thing for the over-under. And I'm going to go with Philadelphia here at +5. I'm going to hit submit. I'm going to say $100 bet to win 90. I'm going to say OK. The bet is set. I'm going to hit place bet. The bet's saved and it's on the My Bets view at this point. So I'm going to say OK. I'm going to go to the My Bets view. I'm going to go to that particular week. And there it is. I have football selected. It has all your sports in here that you could view from this page if you wanted. And these just toggle on and off. It'll default to whatever sport you're in. We're in football, so it's showing football. And here's my play. Philadelphia and Cleveland. It's green, which means I'm winning or have won the bet. It says final. This game is over. So it has won, and it's green. If you were to lose, it would be red. And during the game, it will show red or green based on if your bet is winning or not, and it will show your spread right above the game right here. It'll also give you the TV networks, which is kind of nice. As the game is being played, you may want to watch play-by-play. So we do offer that in the app, and if you do have that upgrade, you would click on it, and it gives you pretty extensive breakdowns. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 3rd and 12. Trent Edwards kneels to the Cleveland 44 for -2 yards. Pretty extensive information, and this goes throughout the whole game, and it saves in your history, so you could go back at any time in the event you do want to check exactly what has happened at a particular time in the game. You also have ball possession, and of course you've got your green or red tab on top, which says your bet amount, your risk amount, what you could win, and your spread, the date, the time, the network again. So play-by-play is a new feature for the 2012 season. Very excited about that. We're going to go with a parlay. So let's say we want to place a parlay, and again, you could either select it up on top here, straight parlay or confidence, or you could pick on the tab and it would give you a pop-up if you haven't selected one of these tabs. But let's go to parlay, and let's just do a real quick parlay. First thing that happens when you hit parlay and you select one of the matchups is it says start a new parlay or add to an existing parlay. So what we want to do is start a new parlay. So we'll start a new parlay. We'll take Tampa +3. We'll take New England -1. We'll also take the under in that game. Just giving you guys a real quick example how this works. Gonna hit submit. And let's just say we're gonna bet $100 to win 600. And we're gonna place the bet. 3-team parlay saved on the My Bets view. Let's go to My Bets. And there it is. So you can see the red, and green play-by-play information in each. And up here you will see there's one bet in the bottom here, and that bet was lost. So it's 0 wins, 1 loss for $100. The result is -100. It will give you your winning percentage, which is 0 because it's 0 for 1. And down here it breaks down your individual picks in this small little section right here. It says picks, 1 win, 2 losses, 33% for my winning percentage. So up here it's your total wins and losses, including parlays as one bet. And down here it'll break down all your individual bets for you. We thought that was kind of nice to have in there, so you could get an idea of your winning percentage for overall bets as well as all your individual bets. So we're going to go back to the entry page. There is confidence for NFL, and in here it shows you your spread, which is kind of nice because if you're in an office pool, you always want to know what the spread is when you're making your confidence picks. So it's good to show it there. However, the spread is not used in the final decision. So Tampa Bay's +3, Washington -3. We could take Washington. We want to put a ranking on it 1 through 16. Let's say, I don't know, we feel pretty confident we pick a 4. Go into the next one, pick the tab. 4 is now X'd out, so it's not an option to click on. Click another number, and so on. You just walk right through it, fill it all out, and that will track for you on your My Bets page. There'll actually be a confidence tab here, which will list out all of your confidence picks and tally up the totals as the games are played, whether you're winning or losing. Really nice feature, and that also will show up in the top section here, which is nice. So I'm going to go back to the entry page, and you have NFL, which we just gave the example of. You also have NCAA, which has all the same information. Some of the smaller games, as you guys know, don't have lines or odds or spreads sometimes until potentially right before the game. Some of the games just don't get covered in Vegas or with a lot of the odds makers, so they won't show, but we have a lot of college games that we show in here. So you should have no problem finding a game. If for some reason you find odds on a game that's not as popular, you could always just put your numbers right in. You just pick your selection, pick whatever numbers you want. So you have pretty good control of that. There's one more thing I wanted to show you on the entry page. We do have parlay amongst all sports. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. We're going to click parlay. It says start, add, or cancel. We're actually going to start a new parlay. And let's say I have a 2-team parlay. One of the games is NFL, one of them is MLB. So I'm going to pick one here. I'm going to hit submit. Now, whatever my parlay bet is, I'm going to put it in here. Even though I didn't enter the second bet in MLB yet, I'm going to put in my total amount. It asks right away after you make one pick in a particular sport what the bet amount is. We'll say place bet. Now, 1-team parlay has been entered. Obviously, there can't be a 1-team parlay, but this allows us to add to that parlay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back, we're going to go to MLB, and we're going to click on parlay. And let's say I had that parlayed with, Texas at Cleveland. Let's say Texas, and it says start, add, or cancel. We want to add to an existing parlay, so we're going to click add. And there's my San Diego at San Francisco, my 1-team parlay, which will be a 2-team parlay. So now I just added it. Now I just need to make my play. Take -145. I'll hit submit. It already took my money amount because we put in the amount for the parlay earlier. Now it says there's a 2-team parlay bet entered. Go to the My Bets page to view. I'll go to the My Bets page through baseball. And now you can see a 2-team parlay listed here. There's a little icon that always says what sport you're in. This has all of the icons. Says the bet amount, the risk amount, the win amount, and has your two teams listed. If you go to the top here, you may want to, and this is in each and every sport, you may want to look at just football. Now in this particular case, any bet that has multiple sports will show up. So there's a football parlay with baseball. So if I click football, I'm going to see both football and whatever else is with it. But you can break up all of your plays here on this page to just look at basketball, to just look at baseball, to just look at hockey, or multiple. You could look at all of them, and then you could pick today. You could pick a week duration, and up here you could break down that week duration by just going back, and it's doing it in week increments. You could go forward. You could move forward and backward to check full seasons. You could also go to custom, and your start date, you could pick whatever it is. Let's say it's, you know, August 4th. I want to get an idea, and I want that to end on, say, August 18th. For whatever reason, I wanted that time frame. I could click done, and now while I'm in custom, it gives me that time frame. So I could check any of my sports, multiple sports at once, within that particular time frame. Pretty extensive, pretty nice. The other options on this page are to email your picks, which is kind of nice. It lists all your picks broken down in case you need to send them to a friend or something like that. You can also get to our Facebook page right here and our Twitter page, which I have to add, you definitely want to keep in touch with our Twitter page. We've got new gorgeous spokesmodels with photos and videos and pretty cool stuff going on there. So we pretty much got through the entry page, the My Bets page. Then you have your scores page. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to back out of baseball and go into football. Football does have the play-by-play. Right in here you also have your date, the time of the game, the spread, the total, over-under number, and the network that the game is on. So you have all that information, and also obviously for the NCAA, that's on scores. Standings, two tabs, NFL and NCAA. And of course, when you get into any other sport, let's say basketball, you're going to have NBA, you're going to have NCAA. So they're all kind of color-coded. You'll kind of get used to that and what sport is what color. But scores, standings, entry page looks the same for any sport. Right now we're in off season for basketball, so nothing shows for this particular day. But you could click the selected date and go to whatever date you want. I guess if I went to January 2011 and I picked a particular day, obviously there were games on that particular day. And again, it will show your spread and odds when it's active. And that covers a good chunk of information for you guys. You know, you can reach me anytime. Info@tracksmartbets.com. Respond usually within an hour or two. We're very passionate about the app, and we want the app to run perfectly. We're constantly adding features, making tweaks and optimizations. If you see anything odd happening, always email us right away, and we'll get right on it and get it fixed. We do extensive testing, so we catch most of it. Every once in a while a bug will sneak through. That's pretty much it, guys. That's a pretty good breakdown of the app. Again, any questions, info@tracksmartbets.com. From Ultimate Bet Pro, thank you very much.